Hello, darlings. Welcome, welcome. Let's cleanse here a little bit before we get started. I want to remind you guys that this is the collective message, but the collective stories are on Patreon, and you will only have access to those there. So if you want to support me even more and hear more delightful stories or collectives, then please make sure and sign up to Patreon, and the link for that will be down in the description box below. Okay. All right, so let's get started. I also want to remind you guys, if you're watching these only, if all this is, because I know there's a lot of hard times out there, and you can't sign up to the collective stories, to the monthly membership. If you sign up to Patreon and you choose the $1 option, you get these a couple of days ahead of time. Okay, just so you know. They show up on YouTube and on, well, at least publicly on YouTube and on Facebook a couple of days later than the ones on Patreon, because even if it's just $1, they're still supporting me, and I want to give them a little bit more money, a little bit more value for their money. So if you want to support me and $1 is all you can contribute, then you will still at least get the stories a couple of days early. All right, guys. So, oh, that was quick. All right, we got number 10. Let's see. What's number 10 about? Number 10 is Mandok, the true value of life. Mandok was a commoner by birth, but she worked as a government Gisaeng in Jeju after being orphaned at an early age. She was later returned to commoner by a government official and established a peddler's inn and engaged in commerce. She sold tangerines, seaweed, and horsehair, which were specialties of Jeju Island, in exchange for clothes and accessories on the land, and became rich. When a severe famine continued on Jeju Island, hundreds of people died because of starvation. A transport ship carrying 20,000 som, I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, som of rice sent from the land sank, and Mandok released all her assets and bought a lot of rice and donated them to the government office. In praise of her, King Jongjo granted a special honorary office to Mandok, who was a commoner and a woman, and allowed her to travel to Mount Gungang, which was her wish, despite the Jeju people's prohibition of moving at that time. We can see the true spirit of noblesse oblige in Mandok's good deeds. How to apply. If a woman has a grand and great dream in her mind, love with a man may be just trivial to her. Each person has a different life plan. Unlike other women's submissive lives in the time, she was a great woman who pioneered her own destiny. Hint, a person of great aspiration lives corresponding life. Mandok was a person who made her own fortune and was granted an audience with King Jongjo. This was an unprecedented case as a woman at the time, and especially as a Gisaeng. Gisaengs were slaves. All right, wow. Let's see. How does that tie in with today's collective? We've got let your friends help you, ask for and accept support from others. True love. All right. This is the romance of a lifetime. We've got heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly, discuss your feelings with each other. Give me 1 second. Okay. Let's see. Express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. Ooh. Honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. Ooh, wow. Wedding. Okay. This situation involves marriage. Damn. Separation. Time apart from your partner is on the horizon. Well, that was a quick story. we went from marriage to separation in the blink of an eye. Let's see, one more. Actually, two more. I don't know why I said one more. Worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. And flirt. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. Getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. Make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. Codependency. Reconciliation. Release your ex. This one's a little tricky. Because the story, today's collective is based on the story of a woman who didn't think love was everything. She got herself free because Gisaengs were slaves. So whatever she did, she won the favor of a government official enough to buy her freedom. She became somebody who was wealthy and then used her wealth to help people, got to meet the king, got her wish granted. It's like she had bigger aspirations than just to, have a man take care of her. And from what we can tell here, I don't think that she's the one getting married. I think that there's a lot going on here because we've got someone wanting to make the effort to get to know the person that's today's story is about, but there's some codependency issues here. Someone wants to reconcile, but either they are still married and they haven't released their ex, or the universe is advising whoever the story is about today to release this person. Because I feel like they've still got red flags attached to them. Even though the other person wants them to give this relationship a chance. Because there's a lot of chemistry. Past life. Oh, Lord. Those past life ones will get you. Yeah, I don't feel like she's the one getting married, which is odd because it's like there's friendship here. It's the romance of a lifetime. There's heart-to-heart conversations. But then someone got married. So it created separation between these two. But the irony, this is where I'm like, what the fuck? Okay, so there's a couple of ways we can interpret this. One, this is a married couple. I don't feel like it is, but let's say this could be a married couple. This might have been a whirlwind romance. They got married, but they're separated right now. And yet they feel like it's okay. We'll come back together. And somebody here is making the effort to bring this connection back together. The other side of this is the other story I was talking about, where someone else went and got married and creating separation between them two. Oh Lord, I don't see her, and I'm gonna say her. What was her name? Mandok, I think was the name. Yeah, Mandok. I don't see Mandok being the one waiting. I see it more like someone else thinking, like they have this thing about in the future. In the future, we can try. In the future, we can see if we can make this work. Clarify getting to know each other. We've got the Nine of Pentacles. The Hierophant. Princess of Swords. I'm telling you, this does not feel like a married couple because we've got two very opposite energies here. Nine of Pentacles is someone single, like Mandok. Someone who's single, they're abundant, they don't need for anything. Most women throughout history, not just in Korea, throughout history, most cultures, women had to get married because they weren't allowed to own property. They weren't allowed to have, an account at the bank. They weren't allowed to do things. They needed to, and of course the system set it up that way so that they would need a man. They needed to get married to be able to build some sort of stability. but not Mandok. Even throughout history, there's women who are like, look, I don't give a fuck about that. Nine of Pentacles. She figured out her own path. And whoever it is over here, they went the traditional route. But they're keeping an eye on her. I don't feel like this is a married couple. I feel like it's somebody who's married and then somebody who's not. This is why the Two of Swords is here, because it's like this energy of like, well, this is not somebody who's over here pining for love. But this is somebody who kind of needs that. That might have been why reconciliation, but codependency is there too. Like they need to know that they're needed. And that's why this is such an off mix, because this is not somebody who needs someone. They balance themselves. They create their own balance in life. Clarify, let your friends help you. Queen of Cups. Clarify, let your friends help you. The Hermit. Clarify, let your friends help you. Page of Pentacles. With the Two of Wands, Six of Wands, Queen of Swords. Okay, so we finally have a name for our Mandok character. She's a Queen of Cups, Queen of Swords. But she is showing up, yeah. Look, somebody walked away from her. And I'm telling you, they went and got married. But with the World card here, she took it as a lesson. Again, this is somebody who's Nine of Pentacles energy. They build their own life. They're not sitting around waiting for someone to come save them. They're not the damsel in distress. So they learned the lesson. They grew wise or wiser. And it led to some sort of accolades. It led to them taking action. Let your friends help you. It might have been that they built some sort of community maybe. Or they might have built something with the help of friends. But this is somebody who, although they learned a lesson, it's not like they turned bitter, because they're showing up with Queen of Cups energy. They're still loving, they're still compassionate, they're still kind. Like I said, they grew wiser. They're still single, but that's because they have a lot of plans. They may have a lot of friends because that's where they get the support for their ideas. That's where they get the support from, you know, the growth that they do. But they're not looking for a partner. To them, it's more like Queen of Cups has an open heart. So it's not like they're turning away love. It's more like if it comes, it comes, you know. They know what to wait for. Clarify true love. Five of Cups. The Chariot. And the Knight of Cups. With the Ace of Swords. At the time where this Queen of Cups fell in love with what we're going to call a Knight of Cups now, it did feel like it was the love of a lifetime, the romance of a lifetime. But it did lead to severe disappointment, mostly because I don't think they were on the right, they were on the same page. Whoever the Knight of Cups was, they were in it for the emotion. They were in it for the romance. They were in it for, you know, they wanted to feel good. They wanted to have that intensity, that connection. The Queen of Cups wanted more. So, of course, it led to her disappointment because with the Ace of Swords reversed, yeah, look at that. Ace of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, Two of Swords. They were at cross purposes. One maybe just wanted conversation, wanted the emotion. The other one wanted long-term, wanted for this to grow more. And that's where they clashed, like, no. So maybe this person was already married. Clarify heart-to-heart conversations. Another ace, Ace of Wands. 9 of Cups. And the Wheel of Fortune. With the Magician, oh boy. Heart-to-heart conversations. What was discussed honestly? Well, with the Magician here, she might have said something like, I manifested this. But see, she started off as a page. She started off way too idealistic about this connection. Thinking that she manifested her partner when in reality they're not. And that shocked her. It shocked her that things did not go almost like she expected. There might have been things, because this is manifestation. She might have set some sort of intention and they came in as a response. So there might have been certain things she asked for, certain traits, and this person corresponded with those traits. And so she was like, oh, because look, even in the picture, the feminine is the one talking, and look at the masculine. Look at his face like, oh, Lord. Like they're trying to escape. So maybe they enjoyed the flirtation. They enjoyed the passion. It was fun. But it was very indulgent. 9 of Cups. It was something that made them feel good. Now, with the Wheel here, I do think that there was a touch of fate. These two were meant to meet, but it's because the feminine possibly needed work on her boundaries, needed work on her idealism. Maybe the masculine needed to encounter this type of love, to encounter this type of connection. But it wasn't meant to be a long-term one. It was meant to be a lesson for both. Express your love. Let's see, clarify. We've got the Moon card, the 5 of Pentacles reversed, and the Lovers. With the 6 of Cups, 8 of Wands, 5 of Swords, Justice. If Mandok, and I'm gonna call her Mandok because, you know, it feels like it's this character story. If our Queen of Cups, Mandok here, expressed the emotion, it's because they had this illusion that things were, like they had the illusion things were a lot more than they actually were. So they might have expressed that, sent a message, a letter, or something. And all it was met with the 5 of Swords, it was met with some sort of rebuff, some sort of, it hurt their ego, basically. 5 of Swords was, whatever the reply was, it was more of a sting. It's something that really stung. But it was the right thing. That's what was supposed to happen. Now, initially, it put them in a state of confusion with the Moon, not knowing why. 5 of Pentacles reversed. They might have felt for the first time with whoever this person is, this Knight of Cups, they might have felt like they weren't alone anymore. They finally found someone who understood them. They finally found someone who they wanted to be bound to this person. You see the hands being tied? It's a hand fasting ceremony. They wanted to be bound to this person. But the Lovers also means a choice, and they chose someone else. Clarify honeymoon. The Emperor. Wow. The Devil. Well, fuck. And the Empress. With the 8 of Pentacles. Look. I've talked about this before, and I'm going to talk about it again. If you are an Empress or you are an Emperor, and you come across somebody who is your match, or who is an Emperor or an Empress, which is supposed to be your match, that doesn't always mean that they're your match. And this is a perfect example of it. Here we have a connection it felt like bliss. It felt like, I love that it says holiday time, because that feeling you get when, there's this magic in the air of the holidays for Thanksgiving and Christmas, and everybody's baking and everybody's giving away gifts. It feels magical, right? These two had this type of connection. This was like, we are the perfect match, except a little thing is that this person is married. That's kind of a big deal, right? So it was like this painful, I don't know if they got sexually involved. They might have. For some of you, they might have. For others, it was emotional, but it was like this painful, you see how there's flames? It's hell, but at the same time, they're wrapped in this rose with thorns, as in it hurts to stay and it hurts to leave. Because they felt like, but we're perfect together. So they indulged in the passion, they indulged in the intensity, they indulged because, the forbidden part makes it more intense, right? But it was like a little blip. Eight of Pentacles for some time, though. Look, there's the match, the King of Cups. Eight of Pentacles. For some time, it was like an everyday thing. This was an everyday thing. I don't know if they were having sex and the sex was an everyday thing, or they were seeing each other. Whatever it was, the passion was felt every day. The connection was felt every day, but it didn't last long. But this is why they felt the way they felt. But see, Three of Pentacles, we got another queen here. This Emperor was married to a Queen of Wands. Let's see. Clarify wedding. Two of Cups. Wow. Okay, that's strength. And the Sun. With the Knight of Pentacles. This is weird, because whoever this Emperor was married to, they felt like they were in love with that person. But then they also feel this passion with this Empress. So with the Strength card, it was like trying to maintain control of both, trying to not let it get out of hand. And I'm going to tell you, just the fact that we have the Devil here, if they were in love with whoever they were with, it might have been that the connection with the Empress fed their ego. That's what it fed. Because, yeah, this isn't true love, guys. It's just not. I know that that's what both people felt, and especially the Empress, that's what she felt. But you know what? I feel like this is how she turned into Mando. Because then we got separation. After a time, it fell apart. Because of course it would. Their future was with someone else, not with her. And they kind of knew that. They kind of knew that it wasn't going to go far. Clarify separation. Both of them knew. Knight of Swords. Ten of Pentacles. And the Knight of Pentacles. With the King of Wands. So, even though the King of Wands shows up upright, I'm going to say this is the type of king that likes to indulge. Either with separation here, either one, they were going through a separation, which is why this whole situation happened the way it did. They might have felt like, well, I'm not cheating per se because my partner and I are not together. So I'm just, exploring. Or even while they were married, they indulged, but it led to a separation between themselves and the Empress. Either way, whether the separation was with their partner and then with the Empress, or the separation was only with their empress, the empress is now not a part of the picture. They said something, Knight of Swords, it might have been impulsively. They didn't really plan on, it's like they didn't really think it through, but I'm getting the song of, there's a song in Spanish by a group called Camila. Hold on. Because I can't even remember the name of the song. Oh, I do remember actually. It just came to me. It's called Alejate. Let me look for it. Give me a second. Alejate by Camila. There we go. Alejate de mí. There you go. Okay. So the song says, and I'm going to translate as roughly as best as I can, but it's going to be a little rough. It says, Alejate de mí y hazlo pronto antes que te mienta. So it's basically saying, get away from me as fast as you can before I lie to you. Your sky is turning gray. I'm already walking beneath the storm. Walk away from me, escape, leave. I shouldn't see you anymore. Understand that even if I ask you to leave, I don't want to lose you. The light no longer reaches here. Don't try walking over pain barefoot. An angel watches over you and put in my mouth the truth to show you the exit. Stay away from me, my love. I know you're still in time. I'm not really who I appear to be, and I'm sorry. I'm not who you think I am. I did not fall from the heavens. And if you still don't believe me, my love, and if you want to run the risk, you'll see that what I really excel in is lying to the people I love and making them suffer. That's what the song is about. That's the song started playing in my head here. So I feel like they didn't even really plan to say the truth, but at some point they did say the truth. And they said that who they planned to stay with was the person they were married to. That's where they planned to stay. That was their stability. That was where their future was. And it led to a separation. And I'm saying that because this feels impulsive, like they did not plan to say that. But it came out because I think that even here, we see angels up above, right? And you see this person holding their heart like it's hurting them, but they're saying the truth. And it leads to a separation. Clarify worth waiting for. 6 of Wands, 7 of Swords, 7 of Pentacles, Page of Wands. So she's learned her lesson. Yep, look at that 3 of Swords. That heartache. We have an owl, 2 owls and a crow, I believe. With the Page of Cups. Yeah, she's learned her lesson when it comes to being overly idealistic about a situation. She has something that came out all the way over here where she was, letting her friends help her. She has something that she's now really proud of. She's gained accolades over. She's gained, remember where there's a story of Mandok, right? Somebody who even they built wealth for themselves. They helped others. But being the third party has taught them a lot about not rushing into connections, about taking time to make sure people invest in her correctly. True love is worth waiting for. Not that she's waiting for this person, that she's learned her lesson from this to wait patiently for people who are really worth it, for her true emperor. Clarify flirt. Three of Pentacles, King of Wands, 6 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles, the 10 of Wands. So I think that they're coming back because we've got make the effort, codependency, reconciliation, but release your ex. Pay attention to red flags. Spirit is warning Mandok because this is Mandok's story, whoever Mandok is. Somebody's coming back. With the Ten of Wands here, the High Priestess, Death card. Either they have a lot of burdens, and the time with her, it's like they want that bliss back because they've got a lot going on in their lives. But they're coming back to flirt. Just keep in mind, to them, it was always about that. It was always a lighthearted, indulgent, make me feel good type of thing. And they're coming back to rebuild that, to rebuild the past. They're still a King of Wands, though, which means they're still married. They still haven't walked away from their partner. But Six of Pentacles, they want to give to the Empress and the Queen of Wands that they're with. And they want to, again, take it back to the time where they would do that every day. So they want to restore what they had in the past. That's why Spirit is like, yeah, this person has addictions. They're codependent, which means they might be codependent on the Empress for this emotional pull that they had. They want reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning. But it also says, release them. The time has come to clear your energy. Pay attention to the red flags, because this person is basically going to be the same pain all over again. And who we have here is somebody who doesn't need them. The Empress is not codependent. So wait for the right one. Don't let this person pull you back into a connection that's just going to have you burdened all over again. Okay? So that's what I got for you guys. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that it gave you some sort of clarity and guidance as usual. I look forward to feedback. And if you appreciate my time and energy, please make sure to comment, react to the video. And if it's public, please feel free to share it. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.